Welcome to my podcast, World to the Max. So I'm your host, Maxime, and after spending years in different countries, I've been blessed to meet people from all over the world. Today, I'm with my friend from Morocco, Reda, and we're going to talk about Morocco, the culture, all the things that are proper in Morocco. How are you, Reda?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good, man. Always good,
How's
always.
how's life after the surgery?
Very good,
That's
very
good.
good.
That's good.
So I've met Reda in Alabama when we played football together and we went to school together. We lived together, so we shared a long time together. So today we're gonna learn about his mindset, about the country, about Morocco, about people in Morocco, different things. So Reda, if you have to talk about Morocco, to say where it is for some people that don't know what continent, next to what country.
Yeah, so Morocco is in the north of Africa. So basically we're Africans for people that don't know. And yeah, like it's close to Europe from like the north. And yeah, we face the Mediterranean Sea and then the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay. And what are the borders? With what country do you have borders?
Yeah, we're close to Spain. We are like 14 kilometers close to Spain, which is in Europe, and Portugal as well. And then, like in Africa, we're close to Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt. Those are like North Africans, Arabic countries.
Okay, perfect. So you've spoken about the language. I know that you have different type of language in Morocco.
Yeah, we have so many languages. So we learn the real Arabic, which all Arabic countries they speak. Each country has their like local language, which is Arabic, but it's mixed, you know. But Moroccan, we call it Darija. So in Morocco, we like our not first language, but street language, where we always talk between each other is Darija. But the real Arabic, we only talk like when we are like in school. But since we were colonized by France, our second language is French. So most of people in Morocco they speak French as well. And also like if you want to like get a job, you have to, not you have to, but you need to be good at French as well in Morocco, because most hiring jobs you need to be good in French as well. Also we learn depends like where in the country. If you are in the north, like they specifically teach Spanish since they're close to Spain, like for example Tangier and like Tetuan and like those cities close to Spain. But like in the center, like Casablanca, where I'm from, they teach like French and English. But specifically English, we learned English in the high school. We don't start it like from the beginning, like from elementary or. But French and Arabic, like we started since we are really young. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I knew about the Arabic part because you had told me before that you learn a different Arabic from what you speak with maybe your family or so yeah.
Yeah, and I forgot one thing. I'm sorry, Maxine. I forgot one thing. And also the barbers speak Amazigh. Amazigh, like for example, my mom she is from close city than Marrakesh, and they speak Amazigh Barber, which is a different like language than Arabic, and those are like the real like native Moroccans. You know, they speak like the Barber. We call it Amazigh as well.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of different languages. So let's say you meet someone you don't know. What language would you approach him with? Yeah, he's Moroccan, but he's in the street. For example, you go to a different city. What language would you approach him with?
Darija, we all know Darija. We all know Darija, but it's just so. For example, like I said, for example, my mom she speaks Amazigh. I don't speak Amazigh because she didn't take me with her like to Marrakesh a lot, or she didn't taught me the Amazigh. But she still learned Darija.
Okay.
So, for example, Darija is like the whole Morocco knows Darija. So if you approach somebody even from other city, you're gonna talk to him in Darija, but you can't tell from which part this person because of the accent. For example, like the north of Morocco, like they have an accent, you know, so you can't tell that they are like not from Casablanca. And they know that you are from Casablanca from our accent, you know.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And so Algerian, Tunisians, people from Egypt, when you approach them, do you speak in like what language?
It's hard, man. So we can understand them, we try to speak their language, their Arabic, because they
Hmm.
can they do understand us, but they just pick up like a few words. So we that's why, like, for example, if I meet an Egyptian, I try to speak like with his accent and his Arabic, but because we just use like the real Arabic, which is the Quran, the Holy Quran Arabic, which all Arabic countries speak. Yeah, but if I start like speaking Darija, they won't understand everything. And also Moroccans, they speak really fast with Darija, so they won't be able to pick up like. So we try to speak a little bit slower, and we use real Arabic. But Algeria, they are similar as us, like pretty similar. So for Algerian, we don't have problem with. But Tunisian, Egyptian, especially Egyptian, they have like different Arabic. Yeah,
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. So,
yeah.
what about the weather? So, the weather in Morocco, I know it's a pretty long country, but tell me about the weather in general.
Well, we have everything. We have everything in Morocco. Like it's great, great, great weather we have. Like it's not like in Europe, some countries like they have the cold for like long time. Like we have pretty good seasonal weather. Like where I grew up, Casablanca is never get too cold, but it's never get too hot. So yeah, but we have snow. We have like cold weather. We have like hot, like with the heat very high, which is in the desert, in Sahara.
Hmm.
So it depends where you are. Depends where you grew up. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we have the cold, the heat, the normal. We have everything.
Yeah. So, in what part do you have snow in Morocco? Something I don't know.
Yeah. So Marrakesh and the area, like when the mountains is like in the center of Morocco, like whereas I know Casablanca is the center, but like when you go to the right of Casablanca, like Agadir, Marrakesh, and those like Khnefra, those cities that they have a lot of mountains. It get cold when it's winter. It gets really really cold, and it could snow. But the only beautiful city that it snow a lot is called Ifrane, and it's like touristic city. And also when it get hot, it's in the Sahara, where is like close to Mauritania.
Makes sense. So let's see. For people that want to travel to Morocco, if you want to give them like a top five of the best cities or the best places to go to, what would you say?
Well, I'll give the first one is Marrakesh, since everybody knows Marrakesh. Marrakesh is a touristic city. Touristic city. They don't have a beach, but it's hot, pretty hot during the summer. But it's really really beautiful city. So I recommend it. And like everybody knows, when you tell them Morocco, they say Marrakesh. So Marrakesh is number one. Definitely Marrakesh number one. Depends what you like. If you like mountains, if you like beaches, if you like the beach, I would recommend the north of Morocco, which is close to Spain. They have it's so beautiful. So I would say Tangier. Tangier is the number two, and then I would say Casablanca, which I'm from. It's like New York for me. It's an economic city. It's the economic capital city in Morocco.
Okay.
Everybody, if you want to work, make money, you go to Casablanca, and it has a touristic places like the big mosque in Africa. So Casablanca, we say Marrakesh, Tangier, Casablanca, Chefchaouen. Chefchaouen is we call it the blue city. The blue city. Yeah. If you never been in the blue city, go and visit the blue city. All the whole houses paint with blue, and that's a historical like city. If you like the mountain and all that, I would say Agadir. Agadir is really touristic as well, and it has like good beach and all that. So Marrakesh, Casablanca, Chefchaouen, Tangier, and Agadir, five cities. So
I mean, I know them. I've never been there, but I know a lot of people that visit. They tell me about Casablanca, Tangier, Agadir. Yeah, I heard
Agadir,
that.
yeah. Uh,
What about the
yeah.
the capital? The capital is
Rabat,
Rabat. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I lived in Rabat 5 years. It's a good city. I just personally I don't like it.
Okay.
It's I don't know. I just yeah. Personally, it's not touristic city. It's not a tourist.
Okay.
It's like Casablanca, but it's just I don't know. It's just I don't recommend Rabat. But if you want to go for now, I think it's beautiful for now because of what they did,
Hmm.
the big stadium that Morocco play right now and all that.
Hmm.
Maybe it's become beautiful. But when I was in Morocco, when I lived in Rabat, I didn't like it.
Okay. 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 Perfect. So we talked about the cities, the places. What about, well, the big one? Big one is, what about Moroccan food? Tell me about Moroccan
Oh
food.
yeah, well, if somebody say Morocco, they say, "Oh, they have a great food."
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, we are big. I think I watched a show. I think it's Italy and Morocco got the first place. Yeah, so
In what, the ranking of the best food in the world?
yeah. So we beat Italy, we beat we beat pasta.
I want,
But
I
yeah,
want to,
so
want to see that ranking.
well, but if you want to eat a good food, you gotta be in Morocco, and you don't want to go to the restaurant because restaurant you gotta go to a house with like someone that his mom or her mom cook you like the good food
Mhm.
because when you cook with your heart is different than you go to a restaurant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got a couscous, we got a tagine, we got a lot of dishes that you have to try when you go to Morocco, and you gotta try the mint tea, the Moroccan tea. Don't judge it like because you because you try my tea, like it's a whole different story.
No, Moroccan tea is amazing, huh? I have to
I
say.
know, I know.
Yeah. Well,
We drink tea in the morning, in lunch, in dinner. Like we call it cascrot between dinner and lunch. Like if someone just come to your house, what are you gonna do? Make tea and stuff. Like tea is the identity of Moroccan.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. I mean, they have amazing tea. They have the. Tell me about this biscuit or the sweet cookies that you guys have.
Like we got a lot. We have spoof. We call them spoof. Shibekia. Shibekia. We make it in Ramadan. When we are fasting, we got a lot of like little desserts. That you eat with tea. We have a lot of names.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. With tea, you eat the little sweet cookies, which are amazing. I've tried a lot of them, and yeah, I don't know what I would say is the main ingredients in those. What,
It
almond or
depends. So it depends the families. Each family is that's the crazy thing. Like each family like make it differently. You can eat shibeki in my family and you go to other family and it's the same thing, but the taste is different. Like the harira as well. If you drink harira, my mom's harira is not other mom's harira. Like they make it some of families they make it thick, some of families they make it like a little bit water. This depends. That's the good thing about it. It's not like pasta. Like pasta, everybody just no. I don't wanna. I don't wanna say. I
let's
don't wanna
let's
say.
let's
say
keep pasta where it is, and no. What about so you told me about couscous, tagine. What else? What else is there? I know.
those are the famous dishes in Morocco. We have others. We have sifa. We call it sifa. It's like a small pasta, but it's super thin. And you add like chicken or and then you put like those almonds and eggs. Some people they make it with eggs and you put like cinnamon on it and sugar. Like they use it in wedding. Like when you are in the wedding, they put it before the big meal. Like it's like a entry. And then they bring the big dish, which is sometimes fish, sometimes. And Morocco, like it's a big fish country. Like since we face both the ocean, the Mediterranean and the Atlantic, we have a lot of kind of fish and fresh. We cook at home, like homemade. We don't eat fast food a lot back home, like back home. It's not like in other countries. I
Yeah.
understand because of the stress of work and all that. People they just give fast food, but back home we a big homemade country. Like thank God our moms like they just cook at the house and it's healthy. It's
That's good. I mean, it's a lot of things. Of course, you cannot name every dish,
all
but
of them. Yeah, yeah.
I liked one thing you said about homemade food because, of course, it's very different from the U.S. where we've met. But I would say, um, it's also one thing about Moroccan. They're very close to their family as well. So it's probably why people stay in the house with their family. They eat together.
Yeah, it's just the living style back home. It's different. That's the other thing that I miss about home. Like you're never alone, never. We never
Yeah,
stay at the house as well. We're always outside, playing, getting, talking, getting a coffee. We don't use our phones because we're always talking. We're always socializing. And also in the house, like we're always sitting at the house, eating from the same dish. Like
yeah,
not everybody has his own dish and eat. Like we all make a big dish and each one eat from the dish. But we have rules, you know. You cannot be eating
yeah.
from other place that someone besides you know. You gotta eat from your spot. We eat together, and it's very traditional. Very traditional, yeah.
That's true. That's true. One thing that's true that you mention it because well, most European culture, also American. Well, we all have our own plate, and we take food from the main dish in our plates. And one thing that's actually it's actually beautiful. Sometimes you guys have like some type of bread to eat the main dish, and I mean it's for me it's also part of the culture. Everybody shares the same thing. It's not like I take my part and
Yeah, and we sharing food. Like like we call it like sharing food. Like for example, me and you, Maxime. Let's say we meet somewhere. To start that relationship between me and you, like the real relationship, we say, okay, we gotta share food together. So like this, you never betray me, I never betray you. That's how we say. Because if we share the food, we will share everything, and you I will never betray you because we share food. Because
amazing.
we think that if we for example, I betray you while I'm sharing food, something bad will happen to me because it's betraying, you know. And just that's how we think.
Yeah, amazing. I think it's amazing. So yeah, it brings me to another question about people in general. If you have to speak about Moroccan people, how would you describe them?
Hospitality and kind, you know. I don't think I've lived in America. Well, I'm not saying they are bad people. They are good people and bad people everywhere, but it just back home where like we open the doors for people that we don't know. For example, Maxime needs to stay in my house. I've never known Max. I've never met Max. I've never seen. I'll open the door for him. I don't think other country will do that.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
so we are very hot, well, especially to foreigner, you know, like to people like from outside of Morocco. If I see like someone from France or America or Sweden or German, if I see him not struggling in my country, but just to see him like need like tourist or tour in my country, I will always invite him. Okay, offer him if you want to stay. Not even offer him. We force him. That's beautiful, bro. Not force him in a bad way, but we force him to come and stay with us and don't pay for anything. Okay, come, stay, eat, sleep, paying nothing, bro. It's very hospitable, bro. And
yeah, I agree. I agree. I think most Moroccans I met usually did this feeling of sharing, generous, nice with other people. So
we love to give. We love to give. Maybe because of our religion. Maybe I don't know. Maybe because that's yeah, because of religion, that's how our parents raise us. Always share stuff. Like you never, oh no, that's mine. No, if I can't share it, I'll share it with you. You know. For example, I'm just gonna give. If I have $2 and you need that $2, I will give it to you. Even I know that I'm not. I will stay with $0. But if you need it more than I need it, I will give it to you.
there we go. Well, that's good that you mentioned religion because well, most people know that Morocco is a well the
Islamic,
yeah
yeah, Muslim,
Islamic country.
yeah.
And so, what do you think? What place does religion have in the society in Morocco?
It's like tradition. Like Morocco is a very religious country, but in a good way because I think like when other countries like when they hear like okay it's very religious and when they think about Islam they always think about it in the bad way. But Islam is all about kindness, about sharing, it's about like discipline, it's about like love, it's about like it's not about other stuff that all we hear in social media. Like because in our religion you cannot be harming somebody. That's not what religion says. Like that's not what Islam says. And yeah, like I mean, like all other religions, like there's some bad people that they give a bad picture. I'm not saying like the religion. I'm not saying like Muslims people are not bad. Like you will find everywhere like bad people,
Or
which they give a bad picture, sadly. But yeah, but when it comes like back home, we're very religious, but we're very open. We respect other religions. If my friend he's Christian or whatever, like I will respect him. I'm not gonna harm him or say bad stuff. No, we respect, and that's one rule in our religion in Islam. Like we respect other. religions, Christianity, and when we're talking about that, we still have churches in Morocco. We cannot put them down. It's the rule of Islam. If you
Mhm.
have a church and a mosque, you can't be touching the church. You gotta leave it because in all the decades, like Jewish were in Morocco, so they used to go to churches and all that. So we don't touch them. We have a lot of churches in north of Morocco, in Casablanca. Casablanca, we have a big church there. It's just
Yeah.
respect, out of respect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sorry, it's just we pray 5 times. Yeah, we have like before sunset, we have like around lunch, after lunch. No, sun lunch, after lunch, and then sunset, and then the Isha, which is at night. We have a specific time. If you are in Morocco, you go to the mosques, but you have to go to the mosque. But if you're working, you have something like you can pray after. And if you are like, for example, in America, you don't have any mosques like near you, you can pray at the house, no problem.
My question was like something around the percentage of people that are religious in society.
But well, I'm not gonna lie, not well, it's I mean not all Moroccans or not all Muslims practice, but they
Yeah. Yeah.
still Muslims. It's like Christian,
Yeah.
they don't practice, but they say Christian because
Mhm.
it's just the instinct how you were born and raised.
Mhm. Yeah.
But to be Muslim, you gotta practice. That's like it's a must. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a requirement. You cannot be like you gotta like that's the relation. That's the that's the link between you and God. If you
Mhm.
cut that link, you have no relationship between you and God. But you're still Muslim. The good thing in Morocco, most of people fast because we have like you gotta fast and do like some like requirement. You have to. You cannot be eating Ramadan.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
big
that's
sin. That's a big sin. So, but
so.
the good in Moroccans, like when it comes to Ramadan, everybody fast, pray, like it's a big, which is beautiful.
Yeah. So exactly, that's the thing. Even people that don't really practice, they would still do Ramadan, no?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. In Morocco, I'm talking about Moroccan. I don't
Mhm.
know about other countries, bro. I've never
Yeah. Yeah.
been. I've heard some rumors, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
talking what I see. Moroccans, they fast. Like when it comes to Ramadan, it's a big thing, bro. I wish if I can take you one day to Ramadan in Morocco, bro.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. After when we eat, there's the prayers. We call them tarawih, bro. Everybody go to the mosque. You know how many people in a mosque? Billions, bro. Like
Yeah.
billions. It's beautiful. Yeah. And that show how we value religion. We value a lot of like traditional stuff.
Very good. Very good. That's the perfect answer I could have. Okay, let's change topic a bit. So, being Moroccan.
Why? Just the style of living. It's different. We live different. When people back home, like you literally they have nothing, but they still faithful, patient, generous. I grew up not in a poor, but not in a like it's middle class. Like one foot in poverty and whatever. But it's good. I'm proud of that because it shaped you as a person. Like it shaped like it helped you a lot because of that. Like I'm here today because how my parents raised me and all that. But yeah, it's just the style, how we grew up, how we raised. Like when I'm just gonna compare between America and like for example here, like it's just loneliness. Like if you don't build family, it's gonna be hard to live here by yourself. I'm glad now, like I got a wife and all that, which is good. But I'm talking about people that they have nobody, just work, come back to like reality, work, stress, home, work, like like that's not the way we live back home. Yeah, we work and all that, but I feel like we release that stress as soon as we come back home. We go outside, we sit outside, we talk, we laugh. So it helps mentally to wake up the next morning motivated to go to work or to do whatever. And that's tough because if you don't, that's why if you are not doing what you love here, it's gonna be tough. Like you
Mhm.
gotta you gotta you gotta be old while you're young. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like it's not like Morocco. Like that's what I like. That's why I like going back home. Just go like playing in the street and like where is and also I want to talk about other things like respecting elders. Like back home we respect people older than us. Like I don't know if this generation does that right now, but yeah, I see a lot of people like they talking back to their parents and they do a lot of stuff, and I don't like that because back home we can't. It's just your brother bigger than you. You gotta respect him. Like you
Mm,
can't talk. You cannot talk back to him or to her or to your parents. I'm gonna give you like a story. Like back home, when you were playing soccer in the street, window is the window, and there's like a 5v5 field, and
mhm.
we're playing. Whenever I'm playing, like I cannot say bad word because I'm always not afraid. If my mom, my dad, my brothers hear me saying something, I know when I'm gonna come back to the house. Well, that's good. That's respect. It's a good thing. But I don't know. I don't know about here. Like some people, they don't respect elders.
That's true. That's one thing. One thing about, I would say also, well, I was gonna say African. They're stricter with in family in general. I think. Is it like a Moroccan thing, or would you say an African thing in general?
African, I believe it's African. It's African. We live different. That's
Yeah.
why it shaped us different. That's why when we go like when you meet somebody from Africa in Europe or in America, you can and we adjust pretty quick because we're really back home. We live not hard times, but we been there.
Hmm.
Like yeah, and I think that helps us a lot. Like the way how our parents shaped us and raised us, and it's
Hmm.
not the parents too. It's just it's the society. Like the society raised us too. Like outside, like the streets raised us. How what we see when what how we live like in the streets. We go always we play always in the streets. Or always outside. You learn a lot, but like in Europe, and I'm not saying in Europe like or America, but it's like 80% European. Like they don't let their children like go outside, play by themselves, like travel and like they're always okay. You gotta stay. Even now, like I'm in America, like in the neighbor, like when I go outside walk, there's nobody in the streets, bro. I swear, yesterday I was walking, me and my wife, I was walking the dog. Bro, there's nobody. And I found one kid playing soccer by himself. And I felt bad. Bro. And I was thinking, okay, you see, if that kid was in Morocco, he's going to be playing 3v3 or 4v4 in the street because there's a lot of people. 4v4 and other four waiting. The loser going to go out and you know what I'm saying? I swear, bro. Like, there's kids, everybody, like the society, everybody goes outside because it's safe as well. If you are outside, your parents know, oh, he's safe. He is with a lot of, and the community know each other. I know, like it's like 10 kilometers. I know who is living there. I know, like we know each other. Back home, the friends of your mom knows you, so she keeps an eye on you. If something happened to you, she will come down and make sure that you are safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sense of community. Everybody's together. Everybody's trying to make each other better. Everybody's kids better. So
Africans, they are really talented. It comes from this. It comes from how we raised, like soccer wise, how we were playing in the streets, how we are creative because we play some kind of games in the streets that when we are old we found it, but it's natural because we used to do it like when we are like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old in the streets, like how you touch the ball, how you control it, how you take it this way, how you scan. We playing and the cars are going in the streets and you got to be careful. Oh, there's a car coming, so that's scanning. You got to
uh,
but when you grow up you have that sense, oh, someone is coming behind me. That's
yeah,
why Africans, they are really talented, and you find them like they are really like technical and all that. So
of
that's
course.
it comes from this, it comes from the streets.
No, definitely. I'm into it. I always say this that playing in the street and it's like you don't have a structure, so you can try all things. You have creativity. Everything you do is playing in the street. You don't think about it so much. It's natural. You learn different automatics, and that's how you learn the game. You don't have to think so much about it. You can just play and learn like this. Okay. So we talked a bit about this, but if you have to talk about the different stereotypes about Moroccan people in general, and if you want to pick any, and then say if you agree with it or if you don't agree with it.
A lot of people, they say Morocco is not safe. That's wrong. I would say Morocco is the safest place in the planet, bro. 100%. Well, I'm not saying there's some places it's not, well, there
Yeah.
is places that is bad, but as a tourist, it's super safe if you go there. I mean, it's just I'm not gonna judge another country if based on what I hear. I gotta go and see.
Right.
But a lot of people do judge. But like for example, here, like they think when you tell them Morocco, they think we're Sahara,
Yeah.
and they have never seen that.
I mean, yeah, richer countries, they see like poorer countries as like,
Okay, yeah, that's a good thing. They think okay, they think that Morocco is poor. Morocco is not poor, bro. Like when you go visit, they invest a lot of money. I think because we are a kingdom, that's the benefits when you are a kingdom, like it's stable and yeah, I mean I'm not saying there's not like there's a lot of poor people and families and all that and homelesses but we I don't think we are a third country anymore.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that's one thing about Morocco in Africa is it's developing very quick, and you can see it with like different sectors.
Yeah,
First,
and
yeah,
even now people are coming and visiting now because of the AFCON and all that, and people are like they couldn't believe it because of how what they seen. Even the players, Mo Salah, he said he's never been in a
environment.
competition with like the hotels, the security, and everything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this AFCON, and we're gonna talk about it, about the AFCON and football in Morocco in general. The country is developing very quick. The facilities, the football facilities, and this leads to Morocco being, well, we saw also in the World Cup where if they went to the semifinal, it's like I don't know if it's the best performance of an African country. I think it is.
It is. Nobody reached the semi-final before. They reached, I think, the quarterfinal.
Where do you think it comes from, this developing the way Moroccans from like maybe 10, 15 years ago to today? What did you see the
It's
biggest
just
change?
invest. It's just investing. It's just investing. Yeah, investing of the talented people. So because we don't have problem, we have problem of developing. We had problem of developing players. We didn't have problem of talent. We have millions talented young players back home, like a lot. You can just go to the beach and you will find crazy players. But we had problem of developing those players, and that's how Europeans they were a bit a step away, like one, two steps away from us. Not because of talent, it's because of development. Because when you see under 19, under 15, under 17. We smoke all those European players or European countries. But when it comes to first teams, they always beat us. From here, you know that okay, it's about development because those players that they were 16, 17, 18, they get a good development when they grow up in the good academies and all that. Us, because when you are young, talent by itself can make difference. But when you grow up, talent by itself can do nothing. You gotta get developed physically, physically, mentally, and all that. And that's how other European countries they start like beating us, not because of talent, but because of other stuff. But now, like they changed the president of the soccer department in Morocco, and he's passionate about it. So, and the king as well, he invests a lot of money. So they build academies, they invest of like teams, and they bring like good coaches and all that. That's why there's like a big academy called Mohammed, the king of the academy, which is Unahi from An-Nasiri, a lot of players, Gred, and there's Rajan and Widar Casablanca, Bunu, and all that. Those are local players. They were not born in like Europe and developed. Those are Moroccan players. Like
Yeah,
yeah, so it's just they invest, they build a lot of facilities and all that, and they bring good coaches, and that it's giving results right now.
right, right, right. I mean, yeah, it's an overall improvement.
And the mix of the parents that they immigrate in Europe, in America, and all that. So it's the mix.
Yeah, it's a big mix.
So yeah,
Yeah, because of course it's a lot of Moroccans or even Africans in general that play in Europe because it's a better level in terms of teams, clubs. You can play the Champions League. It's also a better visibility. When you play in Europe, you have more visibility than when you play in a club in Morocco. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's a mix of players from Europe, players from mostly Europe, and those local ones that were raised in Morocco. So it's at the end, it's also a difficult way to connect when you have players that lived in Europe, players that live in Morocco. What do you think? Do you think it's good to
That's the
adapt?
role. That's the
Yeah, that's true.
and the coach we have right now, that's why he went to the semifinal and now he's in the semifinal. You know how many years like you know how many years Morocco didn't reach the semifinal of AFCON, bro? It's since 2004. That's like a 22 years.
Hmm.
And this coach has done right now semifinal World Cup, semifinal AFCON. Crazy stats he has, bro. He
Yeah,
has for like 2 years and a half. He has not like he only loses like 3 4 games for 2 years and a half. He kept the record like of like 14 15 strike.
yeah, yeah.
Like that's crazy. That's a high stats. And they
It is.
still and they still criticize him, bro. That's crazy.
No, no, no.
Yeah. He said it like just yesterday in the on the conference press. He say when you are in Morocco, even you do whatever you do, you're still gonna be criticized.
Yeah. I mean, this is true. This is true. I mean, that brings me to another question about the place of football in Moroccan society. So tell me about first, like the atmosphere in the stadiums. Tell me about, well, the role in society. Do you see other sports in society, or it's only football, mainly football?
Well, I'm not gonna say that there is no other sports like we have basketball, tennis, but the popular sport is football, soccer.
Yeah, soccer, football.
Yeah, so it's I mean everybody plays soccer. Like you grew up playing soccer. If you gotta find one of 20 children that he does like play something else. And that's if you find someone play tennis or basketball is only gonna be like family or orientation.
Yeah.
Like if his parents were tennis or something, you know. But the poverty, middle class, everybody plays soccer
Yeah.
because it's like an escape, you know.
Yeah.
It's like that's the only thing that you escape from reality and escape from poverty as well. Like that's the only thing that you can. Oh, you gotta save your family. You say, okay, if I want to save my family, it you don't say it when you are young. Like in when you are a child, you just play because you're having fun and you but when you start like if you're talented and you start like growing up like going to teams and all like when you see the money that people they get paid you start saying oh that's the only way to save my family is to become a professional soccer player, you know.
Hmm.
So it's escape from poverty from everything.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I agree. Yeah.
Passionate about it. Like we
Yeah. Of
love
course.
soccer. Like it's just crazy. Like when you go to the stadiums as well, it's crazy, and you can tell. Like in the World Cup, it was in where it was in
Qatar.
Qatar. I know it's Arabic country, but it's just crazy how Moroccans were like. It's like the World Cup is in Morocco.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at the end, there is a crazy, if you guys never seen a video of a football match in Morocco, it's crazy. It's,
Yeah, you
that
gotta
was,
watch. Whoever is go watch Raja and Wydad Casablanca, the rival, and you will see the supporters. It's crazy.
yeah, I mean, it's different level.
It's yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe the level of the local teams, but Raja and Wydad Casablanca is it's a high level. But in general, in the champ in like the league, but the supporters give it like another taste of the game. Like
Hmm.
it makes it way. If it's the game 50, if it's the game not like crazy, but with the supporters, it just becomes like a professional like watching like
Yeah. Yeah, you're saying like if you watch the game without the fans, it's not the great game, but
in
because the
COVID.
fans are there, yeah.
There was no supporters and the games were so boring
Yeah.
because you know there's no pressure because if you are a player and you know that you are playing a derby Raja with that and you're playing like an 65,000 people are watching you, bro, you gotta give everything.
So you talked about, well, yeah, you talked about um, being able to escape poverty sometimes. I understand a lot of players from Morocco that move to other countries to play sometimes because the salaries are higher and, well, the quality of life is higher. What do you think about that? Do you see a lot of people, a lot of your friends going
If
to
you
other?
made if you made it back home, you don't need to go outside. Back home they pay well, not all teams, but you have like four, five, six teams that they pay really good
Mhm.
back home. If you made it, I mean, you don't need to go to Europe because you
Yeah.
will have live a good life in Morocco. Because if you have money in Morocco, you will live really good
Mhm.
because it's like the mix between Europe. You are in Africa, but you're close to Europe, and
Right.
it's just But that's if you make it there.
Mhm.
If you and also like it becomes a goal. If you make it there and you want to go to Europe, you gotta perform. So
Mhm.
you get like offers from
Right.
Europe. If you make it, that's the only way. If you want to play in the national team, you gotta make it to Europe because of the quality and the players that right now the Moroccans. If you're not playing in a high level, you're not gonna. Even if they're playing in a high level and they are
Yeah.
not called, you know. So you gotta be, you gotta kill it.
Yeah. 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 Makes sense. What about in the to find a good job? Do you think it's difficult in Morocco to find a good
It
high
is.
job?
It is. It is, sadly. That's why people they want to leave. It's not hard to find a job. It's not that hard. It's just like you say, it's hard to find a job that paid not good, but it paid the average that you can live.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because if a lot of jobs they don't pay good, and if they don't pay good, you cannot rent because rent is high, and if you don't rent, you cannot get married, and if you
Uh,
don't get married, you are not gonna get a family, so you're gonna stay by yourself. Back home, if you are not in a rich family, you are not gonna have like a car or whatever, so you will have to spend money in transportation,
mhm.
food, a lot of stuff, and then the half of the money or like the 75% of money goes like just of expenses and food and all that, and like you cannot save because it's not a lot.
Yeah.
But if you have a good job that they paid good, I think it's gonna be good. And it's not like America or Europe like back home. Since I'm not saying people they take loans and stuff, but because of the religion, it's the interest and taking a loan from bank is it's haram, we call it. It's not a loan, so you cannot, you have to rent. You cannot like buy a house by a loan and pay interest because you gotta be the paying for
Right.
your whole life. But
Oh,
that's the benefits of living in America or in Europe. Like you can find a normal job, but they paid good, but they don't pay bad. Like they pay average. Like you can rent, you can do like you can live, you can build family
yeah.
if you don't.
Right. 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 Okay. Sir.
Okay.
Um, okay, perfect. So that was everything about Morocco. I hope you learn a lot about the country, the mindset, the different things that people do in Morocco, how Morocco is seen in different parts of the world. And I hope you learn a lot today. Thank you, Reda. That was amazing.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, it was nice talking about my country. Yeah, true.
But yeah, thank you. And well,
Yeah.
stay tuned for another episode. And yeah, stay tuned.
Boom.